Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM.
Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse, Counts Marine, the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and Avery Superstore.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this August the 3rd, first Saturday. Normally you'd think that Dave Gabbard and Gene Smith would be here, but this is a special show that we do each year thanks to our good buddy Ron Wong. Ron has lined these guys up for the FLW Cup. It's coming up next weekend over at one of my favorite places over in God's Country where I grew up and have been on Lake Hamilton many times. And these great 52 anglers will be over there next week competing for that prestigious cup. And along with that, about $300,000, which ain't bad.
Nice pocket change.
Yeah, nice pocket change for Ron Wong. I mean, that's
right. I wish.
And Ron will be over there too, wearing out 4 pairs of tennis shoes as he runs around.
Hey, I won't wear out as many tennis shoes as Joe Opogger. No, you want to talk about somebody that's all over the place.
Well, that's his job.
Yeah. I mean, and he does a great job too. And he.
Let's ask. Do you get excited about this, Joe? Before we bring in this next guest, don't you get kind of fired up?
Absolutely. This is the biggest week of the year for FLW. Like Ron said, I've got a new pair of shoes I'm waiting to debut next week. I'm going to put them to work. Yeah, I'm very excited.
This next guy might not even need any shoes. He's from Shelby, North Carolina. You know, he's like one of those guys. We do wear shoes in Arkansas, Bryan Thrift. I just want to let you know in case you think everybody's barefooted when you get over there, buddy. Thank you. We got Bryan Thrift on us with us now from Shelby, North Carolina. Good morning, Bryan.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Doing good.
We're doing good. We're asking about you. How are you? All the body ready, the parts ready, the mind ready? You ready to get to Arkansas?
Yeah, I'm ready to get there. You know, this is something you look forward to all year. It's kind of the culmination of the year. One chance to every year to win the cup, and you know that's
and you know
something
you've
I
got
get excited about even after doing it for 12 or 13 years.
That's right.
Yeah, well, you've been in the Cup 12 times, and Bryan, and you have come close. I can't tell you how many times. What's Hamilton looking like for you to maybe bring the Cup home?
I'm looking forward to it from the aspect that I've never been there before. I know absolutely nothing about it, and that's one thing I love most about bass fishing is going somewhere for the very first time.
Yeah,
and this is going to be. You know, when I put the boat in tomorrow morning, it's going to be the first time I've ever seen Lake Hamilton, and I'm excited about it.
Now, you know, because you've never seen it before, Bryan, what's the first thing that you do? You really keep your rods on the deck, but you're going to kind of idle around and roam around to have a look at the lake, first of all, aren't you?
Yeah, the first day or first morning, I mean, I'll fish a little bit right at daylight, but then I'll do a lot of riding. I'll try to look at most of the lake. It's a pretty small lake. I think it's like
7,500 acres.
7,400 acres, something like that.
Something like that.
I'll probably ride the whole lake the first day of practice and just see everything it's got to offer, see what's here and what's there, and kind of get an idea of what I want to concentrate on for the remaining days of practice.
Well, watch out for all them boaters flying around over there or standing on the docks waving at you.
You know, Bryan.
Yeah, I've heard it's going to be a mess as far as boat traffic.
Yeah, so mentally you got to get that. You got to get ready mentally for that, for sure. Yeah. But Bryan, I see you as a very versatile fisherman. You can fish on top, you can fish in the middle, you can fish on the bottom. And this time of the year, hot part of summertime. Fish are going to be, a lot of them are going to be suspended. Does that play to any of your strengths?
Not really. From my experience over the years, suspended fish are some of the hardest fish to catch.
Yeah.
But saying that, if you figure it out, it's kind of a untapped fishery. You know, it's definitely a winning pattern if you can figure it out, but it's so hard to figure that deal out.
Well, you're one of those guys, I understand, Bryan, that when you're not fishing for money, you're fishing for fun. And that's one of those guys that just loves the game. And if I'm not mistaken, and you've been on this thing before, talk about what your dad meant to you. I mean, because I understand that you and him were pretty tight. And what would he think about what's happened in your career?
Oh, he would be very excited. You know, my dad passed away 10 years ago, but
yes,
he traveled with me to every event, you know, for my first 3 years on tour. And, you know, it was nice because he had already seen the whole country. He was a truck driver, so
that's right.
He was getting to ride, wasn't having to drive. he was having fun.
So he was enjoying that. But he taught you that love of fishing, and you've taken it in this career, amazing career that you've had. Golly, over $2 million you've won. Was this the dream for Bryan Thrift growing up?
Yeah, well, it was, but it was kind of a late dream. Like, I really didn't get into fishing real heavily until I was, you know, probably late in high school.
Yes, yeah.
Probably 16 or 17, so that's when I really fell in love with bass fishing. But, you know, I'd always fished, but didn't really have a passion for it like I did once I got into bass fishing.
You got it now. I know that. I mean,
yeah, I love it. You know,
yeah,
speaking of, like, loving to fish, like this year I haven't got to just fun fish as much as I like to because I've fished so many events. I've fished 2 divisions of coasters and the tour. So I've been fishing a lot of tournaments, but I haven't got to go fun fishing a lot.
Well, so what does that mean for you to win the cup? That would allow you to fun fish a little bit, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would love to win the cup. You know, I've been close a time or two. And it just seems like it's one of those things that's so hard to win because it's not just a bass tournament. You don't just have to have the knowledge of fishing and summertime patterns. I mean, you've got to be mentally prepared to get out there in the hot August sun in Arkansas and deal with boat traffic. I mean, to me, it's like the marathon of all bass.
You know, Bryan, you know, you're talking about all of that. How hard is it to get mentally prepared to deal with those kind of things that are out of your control, like boat traffic?
You just got to deal. I mean, you can't let it bother you. I mean, you just got to push it to the back of your mind. Don't worry about it. I mean, one thing I'd like to do, I mean, on a lake like Hamilton that gets a lot of boat traffic, I mean, those fish are used to that. I mean, it's not like they're just going to.
Yeah, they've heard a lot of boat motors.
Yeah, they hear that all the time, and you just got to put it in the back of your mind. You may have to wait for somebody to move so you can cast, but you know, that's part of it.
Well, it might even be Joe Opager, because Joe, I mean, this not only the fishermen, but there's a lot of hoopla involved in the event itself, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, I'll be making some casts in the FLW Expo at the Convention Center. We'll have a big casting pond set up for the kids, and you can find me hanging out working on my cast there.
Well, so I won't look for you in Bryan Thrift's boat, okay? We won't do this.
You know, Bryan,
you need to put a bunch of kids out there riding tricycles around, so it's just like being on the lake.
That is true. That's true.
Bryan, you know, we're asking all of our guests today.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to take to win this tournament on Lake Hamilton?
What's it going to take?
I really don't have a good estimate because, for one, I've never been there, like I said earlier. But I mean, I've got to base it on like my experience at Ouachita. I mean, I'm gonna have to say somewhere in the 12 to 13.5, 14 pounds a day range.
Okay,
you know, somewhere between 37 and 45 pounds is what I'm going.
Boy, I'll tell you,
they've been together. It
well,
sounds like they've talked.
Bryan has never been on this lake, has no knowledge of it. And Bryan, you're right on the ballpark with what Andrew Upshaw and Larry Nixon's talked about. And,
man, that's close, buddy. I mean, 35 from Andrew, 38 from Larry Nixon, and 37 from Bryan Thrift, right in a row. It's almost like you got a party line.
That's the thing about summertime fishing, and if you look at past history on the cups, excluding a few years, one giant bag is a lot of times carried the winner to the end of the tournament.
That's correct.
So, and I figure Hamilton's going to be very similar. You know, if the guy that can get out there and, you know, catch a 17 to 20 pound bag one day and follow it up with, you know, just 2 mediocre days, 10, 11 pounds, you're going to have a good shot to win this thing.
Wow. I think you're right on target there. And I think, you know, it'll get tough by Sunday for sure.
Well,
yeah.
Getting to Sunday, he's got to get to Friday and Saturday, and then we'll. I think this guy doesn't look ahead. You're pointing to Friday, right? You want to get this thing off to a good start.
I take it one day at a time, and I mean that's the same way I do all my events. Like I hadn't even started worrying about the Cup until last week when we finished up the Coast event at Champlain. And
yes,
I'm too one-track minded. I gotta go. Once I get done with one, I'll start worrying about the next.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we appreciate you being with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray, Bryan. And
I will see you there.
Ron Wong will
Springs.
be there, and old Joe will keep you in tech as he takes care of everybody. But thank you for being on the show, and go get them on next weekend. Okay, buddy?
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll talk to you. Joe, hang on. We're going to come right back. More on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
We got a little bit more time.
Yeah,
we got a little bit of time here.
We got 2 minutes of time.
Well,
now, how much time does it take for you to
say Joe.
Joe.
Tell us.
Yes, sir.
Tell our listeners some of the things that are going on during the Forest Wood Cup that people can attend.
That's a good 2 minute. Yeah. Tell us, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in addition to, the best bass fishermen in the world, we've got a ton going on for the entire family. We've got a expanded Bass and Barbecue Festival this year. We're going to have some great barbecue teams from all around the Arkansas region having a little competition outside the expo, raising money for some local charities there in Hot Springs. We're going to have a free Trace Adkins concert on Sunday. That's going to be a huge draw for us.
Yeah.
Country music superstar Trace Adkins will be performing at 4 o'clock just prior to that final day weigh-in on Sunday.
And it's free.
Then, and free. First come, first serve, so come early. And, of course, the FLW Expo is going on. It's going to be the biggest one we've ever had.
Wow.
We've got over 100 different exhibitors there showing off the latest and greatest in tackle. We're going to have more than 30 FLW sponsors there doing, games and giveaways and goodies for the kids. And, it's just going to be a lot of fun for the entire family. And best of all, everything is free.
Well, Ron Wong likes all that. He likes giveaways and he likes free. And you mentioned barbecue, and I think he likes barbecue.
Taken after you, Larry.
I knew you were going to say that. Well, Joe, we thank you, buddy. We're going to take a break now. We'll come back with you. We're switching over to Todd Castledine. Is that right?
That's right.
He's coming right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.